Hello ladies and gents, we are back for more Kubera, picking up with the most recent chapter, whatever it is, and yeah, it's been a bit of a weird week for me. I'm recording all the videos for this week on a Thursday, including Tower of God, which usually goes up on a Tuesday. Yeah, it's not been the most standard of weeks. I just haven't had time to record. I'm going to record the Tower of God video, which will have gone up yesterday, as of you seeing this if you're not a channel member or patron. And it only took me like 6 minutes to record because the chapter was mostly fight scene, which was kind of mid. But nonetheless, let's jump right into Kubera, shall we?
Instead, why don't you bet on something more reliable? You're using a lot of vigor to slow the depletion of your lifespan. It's worth considering. It'll only make things worse if the source of that vigor is tainted. Of all the vigor that present-day humans use, only the kind born of genuine emotion adds no weight to one's karmic debt. All vigor drawn from nature is stolen by sinning against the universe. So if it's gained through a deal rather than ordinary rest and sustenance, you must avoid it all the more. I see what's pushing you to use all that
all that vigor.
It's got Hava fending off Hanuman's attacks for you. The first king bearing the full restraint to the human realm's weakening. His proximity to the sea must be the only thing letting him hold her off to this extent. On the other hand, Hanuman doesn't seem weakened at all. She must be wearing Kali's necklace. Good Hava won't hold out much longer. Hanuman's transcendental focused, but look. She's already pushing him this hard just by barely swinging her weapon.
Wait. Hanuman is transcendental focused.
You didn't know. She's a more transcendental focused Nastika than a physical one. Given the traits of a Yaksha, the difference is minimal. But the female form wields a unique weapon and holds a slight edge in physical combat. Whereas the male form possesses several powerful unique transcendentals, and is stronger than the female form even without a unique weapon. Provided nothing is limiting those transcendentals, that is. When we first clashed, her figure was completely drained. Then what's different now? I heard an Azteca wearing that necklace will be Tarakify if they break it by overexerting their power. So could that be what's keeping her from using her powerful transcendentals? Daksaka launched attacks that could wipe out this planet, and Vasuki held him off every time. Do you really think Hanuman's transcendentals alone would be more heavily restrained? I see what you're saying, but...
Ron, a total stranger showed up out of nowhere and he's just casually talking with him? Seems like he's either another god who's been summoned, or an Azteca? Ron, do you know him?
Huh? No. I've never seen him before. But what does that matter? He's either a 5 Zen god or an Azteca. An Azteca without a necklace stands no chance against me anyway. And if he's a god, I've already seen the depths of that, the possibility I glimpsed.
God, Ron has gone on such a fucking spiral. Back in the beginning, he was happy-go-lucky, he was a chill guy, not the meme. He was just, you know, chill, happy-go-lucky, and relaxed, didn't really care too much, you know, everything was fine. He was like a dude bro, or a surfer. That's the best way to describe kind of how Ron acted at the beginning. Obviously, that wasn't all to his character. But nowadays, fucking hell! The edginess is starting to creep in. Oh my god. The toll of, you know, effectively an eternity in a weird nothing time space really does fuck with you. And also, you know, having weird beings in your mind try to take over your body. That probably doesn't help either. But poor guy, man. Like, this isn't what you used to be like, Ron. Oh, sorry. I got lost in some old memories for a second. Rona, don't worry. Nothing's gonna happen to you here. I'll keep you safe no matter what. I promise. Anyway, Hanuman seems weak. I'll take her from here. What? She might not look at her best, but does he have any special ability he can use against her? Let me help you. Having extra support has to be better than you alone. Don't worry. It doesn't do much against most Nastika. But I have something that works wonders on Hanuman. One last god, Kubera. Season 3, episode 426. Finale 28. Yama's so fun. Yama is one of those characters that has been he's been on the sidelines. Basically, all story. You know, he's not really done a lot. He's said things, and that's about it. But the fact he's now present in the story, like actively present and is doing shit. It's kind of hype, can't lie. It's kind of peak.
You look pretty relaxed, Godhava. Did I let you off too easy? So you brought your army of Sura? The transcendental values tell me they're Rakshasa. Nonsense, I did not bring any Rakshasa. Don't play dumb with me, Hanuman. Sensing transcendental values is one of my specialties. They're all there, concealed behind you. Nice try, Godhava. You think you can trick me into looking back? Mother. It's finally our turn. We missed you so much. We remained through all these years while our other Rakshasas all faded away. So we believed you'd still hold us in your memories, Mother. What's with her? She accused me of tricking her, then turned around and stopped cold. Did those Rakshasa hiding behind her catch her off guard? Maybe she didn't know. Wait, I sense a new transcendental value behind me. Did Agni finally get her? No, that's... Yama?
Most Rakshasa souls are bound for hell. But the good ones, or the ones that have served their time in hell for their sins, can be reborn, or join my service in the underworld. But joining my service doesn't grant them eternity. Their power continues to weaken, then they eventually fade away, as fewer and fewer remember them for their living days. And yet some will still embrace that possibility, and still join my service, just so they can reunite with those who hold them in memory. This is most true of Rakshasas, who I love dearly by their parent Nastika. So Hanuman loved her children that much. No way. Then why did she leave my mother behind when she was so young? What about all that hostility she showed toward me? Makes no sense. I know she attacked you, but she probably never meant to kill you. We'll have to hear it from her to see as to why she did it, though.
Are you trying to use my children to threaten me?
It's unusual for a Nastika to hold the memory of their own blood for as long as you do. So that makes me all the more curious as to why you drove Ron into a corner.
That really is Yama. I can't believe he's been summoned like this. Did the god realm fall or something?
Did you not know Ron doesn't have long to live? You could have pushed him to trade what little lifespan he has left for power, just to stop you. I doubt you would have wanted that. And I just don't get why you chose to wear the necklace. I mean, you need to join hands with the Taraka for that.
Joining hands with them could be the best option that's left for us. As someone said, Tarakifying might not be such a bad thing. And it could be our way back. And it could be our way to bring back the ones we've lost.
Who is that? I feel like I should be able to tell, but I can't at a glance.
And you really believe that stuff?
Why not? The Garudas are living proof it works. What's wrong with choosing the lesser evil in a universe staring down its own extinction?
You're right. This universe is set on the worst course.
Sorry, I'm getting bombarded with notifications. My phone contract's nearly up. Interesting.
So I understand wanting to grasp at straws. Actually, that's the very reason I was summoned. The God Realm has been raided by an entity that could neutralize our resurrection power. Many of us have vanished as a result, But losing Osphins was the most critical of them all. And there's not enough time to evolve medicinal skill to replace our generation magic. At this point, the only hope is to locate the last surviving royal of Tatalica.
So, in the comments, when I asked what the Titalican royalty was used for, you mentioned that, yes, in fact, it was used to take away Sura magic, or fiendish magic. So there's two possibilities. One, take away divine magic, which definitely isn't going to happen, because that's stupid. They've already lost Asfin's magic, so why would you take away everything else? It's stupid. Bringing back fiendish magic, perhaps? Maybe? Maybe?
The one who narrowly escaped their sacrificial fate before the cataclysm.
But that's Rana.
No way. They want to sacrifice her again? After all this time?
What about the royal? I mean, what's the point of fighting them now? Rana!
Why did you come out of the cave? I told you to stay put. Don't worry about what you heard. It's nothing you need to know.
No, I believe I'm relevant to what's being said.
No, you're not! It has nothing to do with you. So please, just take cover. I'll take care of everything here. Okay?
Not just any child can be selected as a sacrificial offering. Rana Ramia, you are the descendant of Anan Ramia, the man who was granted royal status 1,000 years ago. Your lineage isn't close enough to the royal blood to serve as the sacrifice. But your own rank in succession will be elevated on the day of your offering. We must show at least that much goodwill to hope for some leniency.
Rana? Rana! What's going on?
So, what can be done to fill in for the loss of regeneration magic? I'll do anything within my ability.
Where are we? Back in the God Realm, I presume? Or what's left of it? Not much.
What's this? After keeping us caged up for all this time. For all this and that.
Bloody hell.
What's this? After keeping us caged up for this and that reason all this time. You're popping us right out the second you need us. Plus, someone prettier and sweeter should have been your messenger if you had a favor to ask, don't you think? Someone like Asphins, for instance. Or Asphins. Or again, Asphins. She's dead. Huh? Geez, that dramatical tone almost got me. What's the big deal? She'll come back as all gods do. She can't. In fact, none of the recently fallen gods are even at the resurrection standby area. Huh? That's why we need this favor. With so many gods gone. We need the fiendish magic to help the humans.
Yep. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Right, blog post time, babies. Okay. Righty ho. How long are we recording? 50 minutes. That's good. That makes up for how short Tower God was. I want the videos to be at least 10. Koryam's blog, season 3, episode 426, finale at 28. Regarding the afterlife of a Rakshasa, you raised the point that if Rakshasas, too, are subject to Yama's judgment after death, it would be entirely plausible for him to manipulate their Nastika parents, perhaps by offering a reduced sentence in hell as an incentive. However, not only are there very few Nastika who would be swayed by such talk, but Yama simply does not possess that kind of character. In fact, his specialty is summarily dismissing, or rather, completely ignoring any pleas for special favors in the afterlife. Probably the best individual to be in charge of the afterlife. You know, doesn't take deals or bargains. What exactly are you looking at? In this scene, the Rakshasas remain visible to Hanuman, yet invisible to everyone else. If Yama possesses the ability to determine who can or cannot see his familiars, does that imply that combat utilizing these familiars amounts to an exceedingly versatile form of invisible assault for any and all circumstance? Well, not strictly for any and all circumstance. It does, broadly speaking, take on the very nature. However, the strategy is not entirely foolproof. There are those who can perceive the familiars despite Yama's intentions, and the familiars' forms are inevitably revealed whenever they unleash their transcendental skills, like Garhava, who could sense their transcendental value and determine what they were. If it's something I can do. Lately, those who love Ranrana have been visiting my blog every single week. Now this couple is finally starting to get the recognition they deserve. Every single comment is massive, heartfelt message. The culmination of 15 years of dedication. Bloody hell. It's been that long. Not you. Asvins. You're asking what the relationship is between Ravana and Asvins. Was it unrequited love on Ravana's part? An obsession? A toxic dynamic involving brute force? It wasn't anything like that. They've actually dated. Mutually. Back in the day. That was, in fact, the most peaceful period in Ravana's entire life. That's a fucking bombshell. Jesus. Okay. A god and an Azteca. Wowzers. Anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, sub, notification bell, usual YouTube stuff. You know how it be. Let me know your thoughts on the chapter and the usual musings you give me in your comments. Much appreciated, as always. And yeah, with that all out of the way, I hope to catch you next time for the video. Until ta, bye now.